What's up, everybody? Oh, yes, sad news. A young lady, she died at Navy boot camp, basic training, BMT, whatever you want to call it, at Great Lakes. It was just a few days back. Um, I think she was in her 7th week, and she died during her fitness test. I think it was during or maybe after your last fitness test, and I think it's like PFA, physical fitness assessment. Yeah. So uh, the thing, see, the way I avoid it, like one thing about when you make it to Great Lakes, it's gonna be people passing out everywhere. It doesn't matter if you do. You're not even within the first week. Like you haven't even started working out yet. You're gonna have people like dropping because I don't know if the air is different up there. You might not be used to the climate. And some people are just not drinking enough water. I guess they're dehydrated. Like people are just fainting and dropping everywhere. Like you're just being lined, and next thing you know, the person next to you just collapse. When you're out marching, you're gonna always hear the ambulance, especially when you're by Freedom Hall, and like when anywhere you're walking by Freedom Hall or headed towards the next or Recruit Heaven, as the other little gaming place, you're gonna hear the ambulance. I mean, the ambulance is up in there every day, all day. Like they got MTs running in and out of there all day, and it's like, wow. I'm like, this many people getting hurt up here. Another thing too, like I noticed cause me, I failed my first PFA. I failed the run, and I noticed when I got put in like a fitness program, we worked out on. I mean, everybody works out on Saturdays, but I didn't know. I thought we had like weekends off, but no, you're gonna work out every Saturday. And I noticed in that little fitness program, like when we're running our laps, like the girls are like collapsing. Like I never seen the guys collapse, but the girls are collapsing, falling all over the place. They're crying. And people, like, you're running with a lot of people on this small track. Like this ain't even a quarter-mile track. It's like half of a quarter mile. So you're doing 2 laps. I mean, you're doing more laps than you think you would do. So that's a mental fuck, for one. If you're not used to running at least 15 minutes straight, you really need to amp it up, because there are gonna be times where they just want you to run for 25 minutes straight through, But yeah, I noticed in that fitness program, like girls will be running, like we'll be doing a formation run, so there'll be a rank, and another rank, and everybody's going together. And some people start slowing down depending on the pace. They may not be used to that pace, so they may kind of fall back. They'll still be in rank, but people are like go around them or whatever. I noticed that, like I had a girl in front of me and we were going around, and I noticed she got slower and slower, each lap. I mean, I get slower and slower each lap, but it seemed like I was getting faster and faster because she was dropping so much speed, and she like just said forget it and just started walking. My last PFA, we were running with another. You're gonna have 2 divisions on one court. On one track, and 2 divisions on another track. So there's gonna be 4 divisions in there when you're taking your last PFA. Mind you, each division is like 100 people. So imagine 100 people running on a regular quarter-mile track and just cutting that track in half. Like it's crowded. It's kind of hard to. You're gonna spend more energy going around people. People going around you, people getting in your way. So it's a fight. So anyway, we're running, and we finish our run portion, and when you're done running, they're gonna have you hold your hands over your head, basically trying to open up your lungs to get more air. And I noticed, like, it was one girl, like, she was crying, and I think she was more crying because she knew she failed, and she kept complaining about her leg or whatever. I noticed that with a lot of the girls, man, they can't take it, and I don't know, man. I don't know, but for the young lady who died, hopefully she signed up for what do you call it, like life insurance or whatever. I mean, you can't no amount of money gonna bring her back or can replace her. But I mean, if she had a kid or a mother or something that needed some type of financial help, I mean, hopefully it's going to one of them. But yeah, so that PFA, like, it's not a joke. Like, conditioning yourself before you get there to some degree. Also, every time you go to Freedom Hall, you're gonna run a quarter mile first as a warm up, and then they're gonna have you doing like a warm up workout, which is like they're gonna be like the one thing I hated was the high knees and the quick feet. Like, I'm gonna tell you right now, do it at the pace that you could do it at. Don't burn yourself out, because that was my thing. I was like, I'm not burning myself out for nobody, and this is a test day. Like, this is a test. Like, you already made me run this quarter mile, and then you got me doing this workout. You want me to push myself during the warm up? Like, no, I'm not. I'm conserving my energy for these push-ups, for these sit-ups, and for this run. Now, me, I was 31 when I joined, so I only had to do like 35 push-ups. So I did 60. Sit-ups, I think about the same amount. I did like 70. But what I did was, while I'm doing, it's like I got more tired with the sit-ups mainly. When I'm doing these sit-ups, once I hit 35, I don't care how many I do after that. So I'm taking my time doing these sit-ups. I'm getting my breath. I'm breathing. I'm conserving energy, because I know come this run, I'm not too strong at running. So I'm conserving my energy, Even with the push-ups, once I hit 40 push-ups, I'm not even counting, because I don't care how many else I get. I know I passed, and some people have to be like that. You had some guys, they were like just trying to push, and it's like, once you hit your passing mark, I'm not telling you to stop, but don't go crazy, because you still got to do this mile and a half run, and push-ups and sit-ups will make you tired. It will make you tired. It makes most people tired, I put it like that. So you got to turn around and do this run. Now, on top of that, you're going to do the push-ups and you're going to do the sit-ups. And before you even do the push-ups and the sit-ups, you're going to do those together. So boom, right before you do the push-ups and the sit-ups, they're going to be like, all right, if anybody got to go to the head, you got 1 minute to go. And mind you, you're going to have to sprint to these heads and try to piss or shit out whatever nerves that done worked you up. And then you got to run back and get right to the push-ups and the sit-ups. And let's just say mid sit-ups, you got to go take another piss. Like, you might as well just hold it, because if you get up and try to go run to the head, they're not going to stop the clock for you. So if you don't pass, you just don't pass. Let's say you go in there and piss and come back out, and you got 30 seconds left within that 2-minute time frame. Like, yeah, you can do it, but it's like, you might as well just hold it. Me, I held it. I said, fuck that. I'd rather piss on myself during the run instead of trying to run to the bathroom and then try to get back on the track. So boom, you're gonna do the push-ups and the sit-ups, and they're gonna be like, hey, you can go to the head, but it's on your own time. Once the run starts, that's on you. So if you're going around that track and it's 2 heads on each side of the track. So if you like man, I gotta take a piss. And you run up in there, the clock is still ticking. The clock is still ticking. Like, you might think you can just run in there and piss real quick. You easily shaved a minute. The fact that you had to deviate, go in there, and like you might be thinking in your head like, I'm just gonna pull my shorts down and take a piss. All I gotta do is whip it out. Like, nah, that's time. That is critical time. So, you're gonna easily shave a minute off your run right then and there. You might as well just hold it to the end and go use the bathroom. I know this video went besides the point of this girl's death. I mean, I'm just speaking on it. I don't know her, but I'm just giving you an idea of, I'm not even giving you an idea. I'm telling you what's going to happen in boot camp when it comes to PT. Yeah, so those are some things you need to keep in mind. They do not care at all. You're gonna have these little bands around your ankles when you take your run, because they can't keep track of everybody, and people could just lie and say, yeah, I did my 12 laps, you know, because it is gonna be 12 laps because they say they cut the track in half, so it's not a quarter mile. Honestly, I think it's bigger than half, and I think you're gonna run over a mile and a half regardless. And that's in my opinion. It felt longer than a mile and a half. I'm sorry. Because I used to always run a mile and a half in the civilian world, and I'm like, that feels like more than half a mile. I mean, a mile and a half. But another thing too, condition yourself before you get there, because when you're there and you're on that track, it's such a condensed track. There's so many people, and you're going to be spending more energy going around people, or trying not to get passed up. Like me, I wasn't worried about breathing or nothing. I said I'd rather die on this track than to get held back, which basically means you get asthma to another division. Your graduation date gets pushed back. So yeah, those are some things to consider. So I would say, another thing too, while you're there, if you struggle with running, if you're struggling with PT, even when you're in there, watch what you eat. Like me, before that last PFA, like I only ate salad for lunch and dinner, and breakfast I only ate oatmeal, and I was keeping myself light as possible. And honestly, I'm about to go back to that. On the simple fact that I've gained so much weight, and I got PFA coming up in like 5 weeks, so I need to like get back to my fitness ready body, I guess you could say. But yeah, those are just condition yourself. That's all I can really say. Got any questions, you can just hit me up in the inbox, the comments below the video. I'll hit you back. I'm out. Peace.